31. A passenger train from Delhi leaves for Kolkata at 12 o'clock at an average speed 65 km per hour. At 3 p.m. a super fast train also leaves for Kolkata from Delhi. So both are started from same point. Both are moving in same direction. At an average speed 95 km per hour. How far from Delhi will the super fast train overtakes the passenger train? Yesterday we have covered same model with different numbers. Right, so first train started at 12 o'clock with speed 65 km per hour. Second train started at 3 o'clock. So let's take position at 3 o'clock. First train will be at this point and second train will be at here. So distance between these two trains. First train starts at 12 o'clock with a speed 65 km per hour. In 3 hours it can cover 65 threes. 65 threes 195 kilometers. Now distance between two trains is 195. Now you are asked about distance. First let us calculate the time taken by the second train to meet first train or to cross the first train. If you want to calculate time will be equal to distance by speed. So both are moving in same direction, so relative speed becomes S1 minus S2. So one train speed 65, other one 95, relative 30. So this is time, 30 km per hour. So need not to go for conversion. So let it be the time, don't convert this value. This is the time taken by the second train to cross the first train. But you are asked about distance. So distance will be equal to speed into time. So it takes this much time from the start of second train. So second train speed is 95 km per hour and it takes this much time. To cross the first one. So distance will be equal to speed into time. Cancellation with 15 2 times. 15 tens 150. Apart from 150 you have 45. In the sense 3 more. So total that is 13. 2 how many times? 6.5 times. 6.5 95 times. Let's take 100 times and then we'll subtract 5 times. 100 times of this number is 650 minus 5 times. 10 times is 65. 5 times will be half of 65, which is 32.5. 650 minus 32.5, 617.5. Second option. Next 32. Two pipes independently can fill a tank in 18 hours and then 27 hours respectively. However, due to a leakage in the tank, it takes 12 minutes more to fill the tank when both the taps are open simultaneously. So when the tank is full, in how much time will the leakage empty it? Right. So first of all, you should know the total time taken by two taps to fill an empty tank. We have two inlet pipes. First pipe can fill the tank in 18 hours. Second one 27 hours. So when there is a leakage, in the sense when you have three pipes, two inlet, one outlet, it takes 12 minutes more. 12 minutes more in the sense you should know the initial time taken by two taps to fill the tank. So for that let us calculate the time taken by two inlet pipes to fill empty tank. So first one takes 18 hours. So 1 hour work is 1 by 18 and the other one is 1 by 27, 1 hour work. So let's add everything because both are inlet pipes. Now LCM is 54, largest number 27, 18 is not divisible. Next multiple of 27, 54, 18 3 times. So 3 times and then 2 times, which is 5 by 44. So time to fill the tank is 54 by 5, which is 4 by 5 hours. This is the usual time taken by two inlet pipes to fill empty tank. But if you open outlet also, it takes 12 minutes more. 12 minutes in the sense 1/5 hour, right? 1/5 hour. So 4 by 5 plus 1/5 will be 11 hours. So 11 hours is the time taken by three inlet pipes. So it has 1 hour work of two inlet pipes and one outlet pipe. Two inlet pipes work is this much. and you also have one outlet pipe which is 1 by x. Take 1 by x to right hand side and take this 1 by 11 to right hand side. That will be 1 by x is equal to 1 by 18 plus 1 by 27 minus 1 by how much? 11. You know this value, right? You know this value. How much is that? 5 by 54. Let's write 5 by 54 in place of that. LCM of these two numbers, this is a prime number, so it will be direct multiple. 54 11 times, 54 10 times, 540 plus 54, 594. So that will be 594. Done. Why are you wasting your time? You are worried about your numerator part, right? In that case, you will have either 594 or factors of 594. You don't have any factors of 594. All are nearby 594 only. No factors for 594. I don't want to calculate numerator also. Next. $33. The average monthly income of ABC is 26,200 and that of BCD is 24,100. If the monthly salary of D is 65 by 86 times of A's salary, what is the average monthly salary of B and C? Right, you're asked about average. Let's see. You have 3 A, B, C. Average of ABC salary is given as 26,200 and for B, C, D salary is given as 24,100. And you have comparison between A and D. We'll see that later. You're asked about BC salary. Right. So here you have BC common in first equation and then second equation. This is average. And if I talk about total or sum, that will be 26,200 into 3. And this is 24,100 into 3. So if you are really confident about your simplification, you need not to write this. But for your understanding purpose, I am writing. What is average difference here? 2,100. So average is more when you have A. Yes? Because B and C are common here. The only change will occur in between A and D. Average is more when you have A. So A's salary will be definitely more than D's salary. A's value will be definitely more than D's value. Yes or no? Right. Now, in terms of number of parts, if A is 86 parts, D is 65. How much is difference here in between numerator and denominator? 21. 21. So I can say A is 21 by 86 times more than D. Difference between A and D. And which is equal to 2,100 into 3. Correct? So, if I want to have A's value, 21 by 86 goes to right hand side. That becomes into 86 by 21. Correct? Agreed everybody? 21 100 times 86 3 times. Let's go for reverse multiplication. 83 times 240. 6 3 is 18. 240 18, 258 and then 00. So A value is equal to 258,00. 25,800. From this, if you subtract A value from this, I mean to say 26,200 into 3 is total value of A, B, C together. From this, if you subtract 25,800, you will get B and C value, and then again you need to calculate average. So don't waste our time. We'll go for equality method. If A's value is also equal to 26,200 and without A, BC average will also be 26,200. Yes? But A value is 25,800, which is 400 less than the actual number. 400 less than actual number. So average of B and C will be definitely more than 26,200. A value is how many hundreds less than their average? 400. Now you need to distribute 400 among how many people? 2 people. So that will be 400 by 2. That is 26,400. or else you will have to calculate this particular value and then subtract a value and then again calculate average. Obviously takes time. If you observe, we have not used this number. Have you used this number? For your understanding purpose only I am writing this. Need not to use that. Next, 34. 24 workers working 13 hours a day can build a wall of length 224 meters, breadth 16 meters and then height 52 meters in 32 days. In how many days? 36 workers working 18 hours a day can build a wall of length, breadth, height is given. Right. MDHPW. Initial case, how many men we have? 24 men. How many days? 32 days. How many hours a day? 13 hours. By. What is the work done by 24 people in first case? They have built a wall. And that wall has height, length, breadth. And how do I calculate my work, total work here? How do I calculate? Should I add everything? Should I multiply everything? Multiplication. Are you sure? This wall has, what is this? What is this? Then where is breadth? Where is breadth? That one? Where is breadth? That is brick size. We have wall, right? How many inches? Is it single brick wall or 2 brick wall or 3 brick wall? You understand what I am saying? Yes or no? So breadth will be side of this particular end and other end. Got it? So you'll have rectangle like this. You'll form bricks like this. This is length and this is breadth. And you have height here. So area will be length, breadth, height. You need to multiply everything. How much is that? 224, 16, 52. This is first case. And next case, how many men we have? 36 men. And you need to calculate number of days. How many hours they are working now? 18 hours. By, what is the wall length? 432, 21, 64. Done? Can you do this? Cancellation. Cancellation. Wait. 16. How many times? 4 how many times? 9 times. 9 multiple, right? Let's go for 9 multiplication. 9. 9. 5 times. No. Wait. 9 5s? 950 times? 450. This is how much less than 450? 18. In the sense 2 9s, right? So 2 less than 50 will be 48. So this is 48. 6. 3 times. 6. 8 times. 3. 7 times. Go for cancellation with 7. Do you have 7 multiples there? 7. 3. 2. 32, 32 cancel. Still you have 8 here. 8 goes to right hand side. That becomes into 8. 13 how many times? 4 times. How many times? 2 times. Only numbers remaining are 24 and then 2. 24 2 times 48. 48 first option. A salesman gets a commission of X% on the first 3,000 worth sale and Y% on the remainder. When his sales were 7,000, his total commission was 1,100, and when his sales were 11,000, his total commission was 1,660. What is the value of X? Right. So he has something like slabs. First slab is for 3,000. For 3,000 rupees, he will get X%. And apart from 3,000, whatever the money you have, he will get Y%. X and Y values are not given. So first value is 7,000. If total sale is 7,000, out of that 7,000, we will divide it like this: 3,000 one part and then 4,000 another part. On this he will get X%, on this he will get Y%. Clear everybody? Right. and then he is now getting 1100 rupees commission. And next value is 11,000. Of 11,000 he is getting 1660 rupees. Now I will divide 11,000 as 3,000 plus 4,000 plus 4,000. I just want to observe the change here. This is 7,000. Let me write the same numbers here and extra value 4,000. So now he is getting 1660. In the sense, how much extra than the previous case? 560. He is getting 560 rupees extra because of 4,000. So on 4,000 he is getting 560. On 4,000 he is getting 560. Yes? So on 3,000 he will get remaining number. Remaining number from 1100 and subtract 560. How much is this? 540. 540. So he is going to get 540 rupees from 3,000, and you need to calculate percentage. So that will be 540 by 3,000 into 100. 10% of this number 300. 20% 600. This is 60 less. If 600 is 20%, 60 will be 2% only, right? Yes? 600 is 20%. 60 will be 2%. 2% less than 20%, answer is 18%. Clear? Next. 36 to 40. 36 to 40. Yes or no? 41 to 45? Okay. Kedaka. Paper it. '41. Amounts of investments of, let's call him as Gaurav and Varun in 6 different schemes. Right, amount of investments in hundreds, and every part has 100 number. Right? Again you have 5 subdivisions. 5 subdivisions. So each subdivision calculates as 20. 20 hundreds. That is 2,000. Because values are given in hundreds. Agreed, this is 20. But 20 what? Hundreds. 20 hundreds in the sense 2,000. Now, come on. Let's see. Varun invested money in scheme F for 4 years. If scheme F offers a simple interest at 8% per annum for the first 2 years and compound interest at the rate of 10% per annum for next 2 years, what will be the total interest occurred by him from this scheme after 4 years? Scheme F. Who is that fellow? Varun. Who is Varun? This guy. Right? Square. What is this? 620. 620 hundreds. 620 hundreds. Now, 620 hundreds in the sense 62,000. This is principal. And he has invested 62,000 for 4 years, and upon 4 years, first 2 years calculated as simple interest at the rate of 8%. So total in terms of percentage he will get 16%. First 2 years in terms of percentage. And next 2 years compound interest, compounded annually at the rate of 10%. So first year he will get 10%, second year 11%, total 21%. So in terms of percentage, what is total interest percentage? 37%. So now you need to calculate 37%. 37 is prime number. In place of 37, if I have any other number, I will go for verification. Multiplication rule. Now you are forced to do it because you have 37%. How do you calculate 37%? 40% minus 3%, 10%, 6,200, double, 12,400, double, 24,800. This is 40%. But you need to calculate 37% only. So need to subtract 3%. 1% is 620, 3% is 1860. Let me divide 1860 as 1800 and then 60. First subtract 1800. You'll have 23,000. Again you need to subtract 60. That will be 22,940. Next, 42. If scheme C offers compound interest at certain rate of interest and the total interest occurred from this scheme by Gaurav and Varun together after 2 years is 21,632. What is the rate of interest? So total interest received from two schemes together is 21,632. This is for scheme C. Both Gaurav and Varun. Scheme C. Varun, how much is this? 520. And if you add, wait. If you add this 20 to this number, this becomes perfect number, right? 800 and this is 500. 800, 500? 1300. So your total principal is 1300 hundreds, in the sense 1,30,000. 1,30,000. This is interest for how many years? 2 years. They both, Gaurav and Varun, together invested in compound interest, compounded annually, and interest received for 2 years is this much. Okay? You're asked about rate of interest. Just wait a minute. Need not to calculate. Just wait. Let me go for options. Right. Look at your options first. Easiest number? 10%. If it is 10% per annum, for 2 years you'll get more than 20%? Yes? Come here. What is 10%? 13,000. 20%? 26,000. So if it is really 10% per annum, you will get more than 26,000 after 2 years. But this is less than that. Far less than that. It cannot be even 9.5 also. 2 options eliminated. Right? Now let me take 7%. Wait a minute. Let me take 7%. If it is per annum 7%, for 2 years it will be more than 14%. I don't want to calculate exact value. More than 14%. What about 10%? Right. What about 1%? 1300. 4%? 5,200. Total will be 18,200, which is far more than that. Yes or no? So 7% cannot be your answer. 6.5 cannot be your answer. Left over 8%. I'll go with that. Next, 43. What is the difference between average amount invested by Gaurav in all the 3 schemes and the average amount invested by Varun in all the given schemes together? You're asked about average difference. So traditionally if you want to solve it, first of all you need to calculate average of Gaurav, average of Varun, and then you need to take difference. Instead of that, go for individual difference and then take average. Okay? Right. But make sure you always subtract one value from the other only. In the sense, subtract Varun from Gaurav. Follow this. Else, subtract Gaurav from Varun. But don't mix it. If you mix it, you'll get different answer. As you are taking individual difference, positive sign and negative sign both are important. Now, if you observe, maximum time Gaurav is getting more than Varun. So let us subtract Varun from Gaurav. How much is difference here? Wait. 100, 200, 300, 20. Sorry, 40. Yes or no? So 340, positive number 340. Now, this guy is getting less than Varun. So it will be minus value. How many parts you have? 3 subdivisions, and here 3 subdivisions. Total 6 subdivisions. 6 subdivisions in the sense 120. Subtract 120 from this number. Subtract 120. You have 220 here. Now, third one. Here this is on 1 part away from the bottom line. Take 1 part here. Here how many subdivisions you have? 4. Let me take 3 subdivisions here and I'll add 1 division here. This becomes a perfect number 100, 200, 3 subdivisions in the sense 60. So total 260. And the 4th number. Take this one subdivision to upper side. Here you will have two subdivisions, and this is 100, and apart from that you have 40. Total 140. 140. Next, you have one subdivision. Just remember, 100, 200, 300, 400, and you have one subdivision, and bottom also you have one more. Total two subdivisions, 40, total 440. 440. And the last one. How many subdivisions you have? 4. Take one from this number. Here I have 3. Let me add the division here. It becomes perfect number, 100, 200, and then 60. Total 260. Now you need to calculate average. Average for how many? How many schemes? 6 schemes. So you need to divide this number with 6. 600, 700, 1100, 1200, 1300, 20. So 1320 by 6. 200 times of this number is 1200. Apart from that you have 120. In the sense again 20 more. Total 220. The total amount invested by Gaurav in scheme B and E together is what percent more than the total amount invested by Varun in the same schemes together? This is about B and E. B and E. B and E. So, Gaurav in B, how much is this? 440. 440 here. And E? 820. 440, 820. 1260. So Gaurav invested 1260 rupees. And then Varun. Here this is 560 and this is 380. 560, 380. 940. 1260 is how much more than 940? 320 more. 320 more. That of 940 into 100 into 100. Is it approximate or exact? Approximate or exact? They said rounded off to nearest integer, in the sense approximate. This is 1/3, right? In denominator if you have 960, numerator is 1/3 of 960. 1/3 in the sense 33, 1/3%. Nearest integer, look at your options. 34, cannot be 31. 34 is your answer. Next, 45. If scheme D offers simple interest at 12% per annum, what will be the difference between simple interest occurred by Gaurav and Varun from this particular scheme after 3 years? After 3 years, right? 12% per annum. Simple interest, right? Yes or no? So if it is 12% per annum, after 3 years they will get 36%. 36% of what? 36% of what? Can be your answer. No, no, no. Either 5040 or 5580. Two options are there. From which scheme? D. Right, before that I am verifying, when you are getting 36%, answer must be 36 multiple. If it is a 36 multiple, should be a multiple of 9. Should be a multiple of 9. How many 9 multiples I have? 2 are there. 5, 0, 4, 0, 5, 5, 8, 0. Both are 9 multiples. At the same time, both are 4 multiples too. So number is 36 multiple. If you have only one such number, you need not to calculate it. So our answer is either 5040 or 5580. Let's try this. You need to calculate 36% of the value invested in scheme D. Scheme D, how much is this? 580. And then this is 720. So 600 and then 700, 1300. 1300. Hundreds. In the sense 1,36,000. And now you need to calculate 36%. How do you get 36%? 40% minus 10% of 40%. 10% is 13,000. Double. 26,000. Again double. 50, 52,000. And from this you need to subtract 10% of this number. 10% in the sense 5200. Answer cannot be 55, right? You have only two numbers. How much is that? Wait. Difference. చెప్పచ్చు కదా, చెప్పేదాకా ఆగితే కదా, అంతేనా అన్నది? అంటారు. మగవాళ్ళు ఎవరిని అన్నారా? అనలేదు. ఆడపిల్లలే అనేది, నాకు తెలుసు కదా. కమాన్. హౌ మచ్ ఇస్ డిఫరెన్స్ హియర్? 140. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ 140 hundreds. And out of this you need to calculate 36%. 10% 1400, double 2800, double 5600. From this you need to subtract 560. Answer cannot be 5500, 5580. So 5080 is our answer. అదే 5040. $46 to $50. All. Okay, wait. So let me write the ratio here. Ratio between male and female, right? So it is 22-23, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. B, 13-12, 8-7, 28-27, 27-23, 7-8, 38, 37. Right. Okay. Now let's see. So earlier case we have discussed number of parts with respect to percentage. Will not work here. We'll have to calculate it. Total how many parts? 45. Nowhere related to 12%. So you'll have to calculate 12% of this number. That will be 45 multiple. Right? So like that you have to go for conversion. No other option for us. 55, 50, 15, 75. Yes, upon that 75 lakhs only you have to calculate. Fine. 46. What is the ratio between male populations of states B and E respectively? B, E. Male population from B and E. From B, total what percent we have? And male to female ratio 13:12. So male how many parts? Out of, so from B we have 13 parts out of 25 among 19%. These are male candidates from B. And from E we have 27 parts out of 50 parts. So that will be 25, 27 out of 50. Denominator and denominator goes to right numerator. 27 by 50 parts of what? 11%. Percentage gets cancelled. 25 how many times? 2 times. Yes. 13, 19 prime numbers. Denominator 11 and then this is 27. And this is going to be your final answer. Wait. Need not to verify everything. In denominator you have 11 multiple. Denominator must be 11 multiple. Denominator must be 11 multiple. How many options we have? Let's see. Wait, let's see. How many you have? Where is it? 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th. Let's verify last digit here. Here we have 4 and here we have 2. Need not to multiply everything. Just let me go for last digit verification. 9 3s 27. Last digit 7. 7 2s 14. Last digit 4. 4th option. Right? Need not to calculate entire value. Don't do that. Next, out of the male population of state D, 15% are children, and out of the female population of the same state, 12% are children. What is the total number of children in state D? Anyway, you are asked about number of children. You need to represent answer in terms of a number. So anyway, you need to go for conversion. Conversion is required. So let's do it. This is about state D. State D occupies what percent? 22%. 22% of what? 75 lakhs. That will be 20% plus 10%. Don't tell me 2%. Calculate 20% and then calculate 10% of this. 10% of this will be anyway 2%, right? Yes. 10% of 75 lakhs. 7.5. 20%. 15 lakhs. This is 15. 10% of this number, 1.5. Total, 16.5. And now, you need to divide 16.5 into how many parts? 55 parts. 55 parts. So 55 parts is equal to, wait. 22% of 75. Right? Yes or no? Now, this is 11 multiple, 5 multiple, this is 11 multiple, this is 5 multiple. 5 how many times is 75? 15 times. So let me assume this number as 2 into 11, half in the sense into only. I'll write this number as 5 into 15. Take 2 to this side and 5 to this side. That will be 55% of 30. 55 parts is equal to 55% of 30 lakhs. Male candidates are 28 parts. 28 parts will be equal to 28% of 30 lakhs. Female are 27 parts. That will be equal to 27% of 30 lakhs. Easy to calculate. 28% of 30 or 30% of 28, one and the same. 10% 2.8, 3 times. 3 times of 2.8, 8.4. 8.4. Total males. That will be in terms of 100 or lakhs, whatever it is. Keep it aside, no problem. Next 30% of 27%. 10% is 2.7. 2.7 3 times. 8.1. Male count, female count. Out of male, what percent are children? 15%. Where is this? Which question? 47. 15%. 10% of this number, 0.84. Forget about points. You have, because you have all different numbers, right? Because you have all different numbers, need not to worry about your decimal number. Let it be 84 and then 81. No issue at all. 10% is 8.4. Half of that 4.2. Total 12.6. Upon this number you need to calculate 12%. 10% is 8.1. 1% is 0.81. 2% will be 1.62. So you have 2 here, 3 here. How many options are ending with 32? Forget about zeros. Forget about zeros. You need to adjust zeros. How many options are ending with 32? Only one, that's final answer. You need not to worry about zeros because we need to go for conversion. We have lakhs there, but we have not started our question with lakhs. So you have to adjust zeros. So out of your option should end with 32 and you have only one, third option. Next. So when you go for initial conversion, we have 16.5 lakhs, I think. So 55 parts is equal to 16.5. From this, if you want to calculate 28 parts or 27 parts, simplification takes time. Simplification takes time. So that's why I don't want to use this method. I have converted 22% of 75 as 55% of 30. That's the reason. Conversion takes time here. Next, 48. The male population of state E is approximately what percent of the total male population of all 7 states together? I will leave this question. I will leave. పట్టుకుంటే కాలిపోతాం, ఎట్లాంటివి ఇంకొక 2 చాలు, రిజల్ట్ సింగిల్ సైడే. See, you have to calculate male candidates for everything, right? So obviously it takes time. 50% anyway, let's say for time being 50%. Options are also so close to each other. 18, 16, 17, 12, 15. Not possible. I will leave this question. Amma, skip పట్టుకున్నామా అయిపోయాము ఇంకంతే. Come on, 47, 49. See, you need to go for individual conversion of every what is the state? Every state. Need to go for 6 conversions. And then again you need to calculate percentage. So for getting one question, 6 conversions, foolishness. Next. How many of you have answered this question? Parla. How many? 1. 2. No, don't do it. It takes time. Skip these type of questions, and if you have time at the end, do it. Otherwise, never touch these type of questions. Come on, 49. Out of the male population of state G, నాకు రాక వదిలిపెడుతున్నాను అనుకోవద్దు. 49. Out of the male population of state G, okay, 24% are studying in schools or colleges. Out of the female population of the same state, 20% are studying in schools or colleges. What is the ratio between the total number of males studying in school and the female? Skip avasarla balevadivi. Oh, this is about school state G, right? How many male we have? 38 parts. 38 parts. And female? 37 parts. Out of male, what percent are studying in school and colleges? 24%. 24% of this. And out of female? 20%. That's it. 4, 6 times, 5 times. Any more cancellations? No. 37 5 times. Take 10 times and then make it half. 10 times of this number, 370, half. Half of 370. 185. How many options are ending with 185? 2. So you'll have to do it. 6 8s. 6 8s. Your numerator should end with 8. How many are there? Only one. 228 by 185. Need not to calculate it, because you need to calculate 38% of what? 38 parts of what? 38 parts of what? This is about state G. State G value only, right? Yes or no? And denominator also 37 parts you need to calculate upon state G only. So you have that number in both numerator and denominator, both gets cancelled. Need not to go for conversion also. Clear? Right. Next 50. అర్థం కాకపోతే మళ్ళీ చెప్తా. అర్థమైంది కదా? ఓకే. 50. The male population of states C and G together is what percent of female population of these states together? Rounded off to nearest integer. C and G. C, G should be more than 50%. Okay. 100% కంటే ఎక్కువ. From C we have 8:7, and from G we have 38:37. $15, 75, 5 times 40, 35, 78, 72. So 78 by 72 into 100. 6, less than 10%. How many are there? Nearest answer 110%. Let me verify it. From G, C, and then G. From C, total what percent? 15%. 15 part. C, what percent? 18%. So 15 parts is equal to 18% of 75. Let me write this as 75% of 18. I can write this number as 15 into 5. So 15 parts will be equal to 15% of 18 5s 90. 15 parts is equal to 15% of 90. 8 parts will be equal to 8% of 90. 10% is 9. 1% is 0.9. 8% will be 0.9 into 8. How much is that? 7.2. Male are 7.2 and female 7 parts. 1 part is 0.9. 7 parts is 0.9 into 7. 6.3. And from G, total we have 75 parts. 75 parts is equal to 75% of G is 5%. Yeah, 5 lakhs I can say. And male are 38 parts. 38 parts will be equal to 38% of 5, and female are 37 parts will be equal to 37% of 5. 38% of 5 or 5% of 38, one and the same. 10% is 3.8, half is 1.9. So these are 1.9 here. 10% is 3.7, half is 1.85. You're asked about male to female percentage, right? Right. Total male are 9.1 and female, that is 30 here, 7, 8.15. So that will be 9.10 by 8.15 into 100. I'll write as 910 by 815. Difference between numerator and denominator is, how much is that? 95, which is more than 10%, hence answer is more than 110%. More than 110%. How many options we have? 112 we have, 114 we have. 10% of the denominator is 81.5. Still you need to add 14 and a half. Then it becomes 95. Sorry, 13 and a half. Then it becomes 19. 5. 10% is 81 and a half. 1% is 8.15. This is more than 1%. We will treat it as 2%. So it is 12% more. Numerator 910 is 95 more than 815. In terms of percentage, 95 is 12% more. If it is 12% more, answer is 112%. This is correct. Next 51 to 55 table. All? No. A bit lengthy, I think. Next 56, quantity 1. A person bought an article and sold it at a loss of 10%. If he had bought it for 20% less and sold it for 55 rupees more, he would have had a profit of 40%. Find the cost price. Right. Come on. Initial cost price 100%, selling price 90% because he sold it at a loss of 10%. Next case, he said, if he had bought it for 20% less than previous cost price, 80%, and sold it for 55 rupees more than previous selling price. In the sense 90% plus 55. He would have had a profit of 40%. Profit percent is always calculated on cost price. 10% of this number, 8. 20%, 16. 40%, 32. So in terms of percentage, we calculate it as 32%, and that will be equal to selling price minus cost price. That's what you mean by profit. Yes or no? 90% plus 55 minus 80% will be equal to 10% plus 55. 22% is equal to 55. It asked about cost price, which is 100% is equal to how much? Divided by 2. 22 divided by 2. 11 into 5, 55. Divided by 2 into 5. Divided by 2, 50. 50 into 5, 250. So cost price is 250. Quantity 1 is 250, positive number. Right? Next. ₹160 contained in a box, 1 rupee 50 paisa and then 25 paisa coins in the ratio 4:5:6. 4:5:6. These are 1 rupee, half rupee and then 25 paise coins. What is the total number of 25 paise coins? Right. Let's say we have 6 parts of coins here, 5 parts coins here, 6 parts coins here. If you have 10 1 rupee coins, what is the total amount that you have? 10 rupees. If you have 20 coins, X coins, X rupees. 4 parts coins, 4p rupees. If you have 10 half rupee coins, how much amount you have? 20 X coins, 2x coins, X rupees. 5 parts coins, 2.5 parts rupees. Right? Yes or no? If you have 25 paisa coins, how much amount you have? 5 rupees. 100 coins, 25. 4x coins, X rupees. X coins, X by 4 rupees. 6p coins, 6b by 4 rupees. In the sense, 1.5 parts rupees. This is total amount of 1 rupee coins, 1.5 rupee coins, 25 paise coins. And if you add everything, that must be equal to 160 rupees. 2.5, 1.5. 4. 4 plus 4, 8. So 8p is equal to 160. Number of 25 paise coins are 6 parts. 6p is equal to how much? 8 2 times and then 0. 6 2 times 12 and then 0, 120. So quantity 1 is 250. Quantity 2 is 120. 1 is greater than 2. Quantity 1 is greater than quantity 2. Next, 57. how many kgs of freely available sand must be added to 30 kgs of wheat worth of 20 rupees per kg such that the profit of 10% is made on selling the mixture at 16.5 rupees. 10% profit is made after selling it for 16.5. So what is 16.5 called here? No, cost price or selling price? Right. So you have one quantity, this is sand, whose worth is 0 rupees free of cost, and the next you are adding wheat of 20 rupees per kg. This is cost price of wheat, this is cost price of sand. When you mix it, you should get mixture cost price, but 16.5 is selling price. By selling it for 16.5 rupees, he is getting a profit of 10%. In the sense 110% is this much, 100% is cost price. 15 rupees, right? Upon 15, what is 10%? 1.5. 15 plus 1.5, 16.5. So cost price is 15 rupees. Go for allegation. Difference 5. Difference how much? 15. Ratio 1:3. So one part should be sand, 3 parts should be wheat. So how many kgs of wheat we have? 30 kgs. 3 parts is equal to 30. 1 part is 10. So how many kgs of sand we need? 10. Quantity 1 is 10. Right? Next. The HCF of two numbers is 5 and their LCM is 495. Sum of the two numbers is 100. The difference between their numbers. It asks about difference. Right. What is quantity 1? What is quantity 1? 10. Just remember that. As HCF of two numbers is given as 5, you can treat two numbers as 5x, 5y. HCF says highest common factor. So 5 is factor for first number and also for second number. If 5 is factor of first number must be 5 multiple. Second number is also 5 multiple. Right. And then LCM of these two numbers. Look at here. Look at here and tell me. 5 into xy. 5 into xy. LCM of two numbers is 5 into xy, which is equal to 495. X into y will be equal to 495 by 5. If you have 500 here, answer would be 100. This is 5 less than 500. In the sense 1 time less than 100 times, that will be 99. X into y is equal to 99. But whereas you are given sum of numbers. How much is sum of numbers given? 100. Sum of numbers in the sense 5x plus 5y, right? Yes or no? So when you take 5 common, 5 into x plus y is equal to 100. X plus y is equal to 20. X into y is 99. You are getting combinations. Product of two numbers should be equal to 99. 11 and 9. Sum of two numbers is 20. Satisfied. So x is 9, y is 11. What is your question? Difference between two numbers. So that will be 5x minus 5y. 5 into x minus y. X is equal to 11. Y is equal to 9. Difference is 2. 2 into 5, 10. What is quantity 2? 10. Quantity 1, 10. Both are same. 1 is equal to 2. (58) Quantity 1, the average of 8 numbers is 12. If one of them exceeds the average of remaining numbers by 8, the number is, how many numbers you have? 8 numbers. Let's say we have 8 numbers. Average of 8 numbers is 12. So every number is 12. Can I treat like that? Yes, every number is 12. Now one of the number is more than the average of remaining numbers by 8. So how many numbers we have? 8 numbers. And each number is, take one number from every number. Take 1 from every number. all numbers becomes 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, and you have 8 extra. And add this 8 to one of the number and it becomes 19. And average of remaining numbers is 11 and this is 19. So this is more than 8, right? Yes, sir. That's it. What is the number? 19. Equality concept. Every number is 12, 12, 12. One of the number is 8 more than the average of remaining numbers. So let me take 1 from every number, so I can have 8 aside, and all 8 numbers are having 11, 11, 11. Average of 8 numbers is 11. When you add 8 to one of the number, average of remaining numbers becomes 11, and this number is 19. This is 8 more than the average of other numbers. So number is 19. Or else you need to use steps. I don't want to do that. So quantity 1. Quantity 1, 19. Next, quantity 2. How many times the hands of a clock will be 15 minutes space apart from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.? రైట్. ఎస్ఎస్సికి క్లాక్స్ అయిపోయిందా? మీకు రాదు కదా, బ్యాంక్ క్లాస్లో క్లాక్స్ ఉండవు. బట్ యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ కామన్ సెన్స్. ఐ థింక్ యూ హ్యావ్ మోర్ దట్. తప్పేమన్నా మాట్లాడితే సరే చెప్తా. రైట్. సో ఇన్ 1 hour, 1 hour in the sense 1 full circle. In 1 hour, how many times you'll have 15 minutes space? 15 minutes space in the sense 90 degrees, right? Yes or no? So in 1 full hour, how many times you'll have? అందుకే చెప్పా మీకు మోర్ కామన్ సెన్స్ ఉందని. You'll have only 2 times. You'll have only 2 times. You have your hours hand here, one upper side and one bottom side. అక్కలో ఈ 90 degrees ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? Where you want 90 degrees? Where you want to have 90 degrees space? Between hours hand and minutes hand only, right? Yes or no? In any particular period, 1 hour period, this hours hand almost shows only one direction, right? Yes or no? So 90 degrees will form upper side and bottom side. Is it okay? Right. If your hours hand is at this particular position, for example, you will form 90 degrees to the left side and to the right side. Only 2 times. Only 2 times. Got it? Now look at here. What is the time? 2. So can you form 90 degrees before 2? And I mean before this angle? This side, can you form 90 degrees? No. When will it happen? When will it happen? If minutes hand is at number 5, somewhere around number 5, it will form 90 degrees. Yes or no? So between 2 to 3, how many times will it form? Only 1 time. Only 1 time. Now this is your minutes hand. Together. Both minutes hand and hours hand, both are together. Here it will form 90 degrees. Here it will form somewhere around here 180 degrees. Yes or no? And now at this point it will form 3 o'clock. Now the time is 3 o'clock. So between 2 to 3, how many times we have right angle position? Only 1. 2 to 3, you will have only 1 time. Okay? In 1 hour, how many times you will form? You can form 90 degrees. In 1 hour, in general, how many times it will form? 2 times. So in 1 hour, you will have 2 times right angle in 12 hours. In 12 hours, how many times you are expecting? 22 times only it will form. 22 times only. This is one case. Between 2 to 3. Between 2 to 3, instead of 2 times you are getting it for only 1 time. Are you understanding? Are you getting my point? So between 2 to 3, in this particular 1 hour period, you are getting right angle only for 1 time. 1 time is missing. The other time, not at 12 o'clock. How much is the time now? What is time? 10 o'clock. Let's see here. 10 o'clock దగ్గర ఎన్నిసార్లు ఫామ్ అవుతాయి చూద్దాం. Wait. 8 to 9 actually. Now this is 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it will form right angle. So in which time you have to count it? 8 to 9 or 9 to 10? Wherever you count, the other side will be 1 missing. If you count it in between 8 to 9, 9 to 10 will be 1 time missing. తప్పదు, అర్థం కావాలంటే టైం పడుతుంది మరి. Now the time is 8 o'clock. We are expecting 90 degrees. At this point it will form 180 degrees. Now 8:15, 8:20, 8:25. It will form right angle, right? 8:30, this is for the first time. 8:30, both are together, in the sense 0 degrees. 8:45, 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock also we have one more time. So at near about 8:25, not exact time, I am taking approximate number. This is first time, and at 9 o'clock also it will form for the next time. And let me go for one more hour. Now the time is 9. 9:15, 9:30, somewhere around 9:30 it will form again right angle, not exact time. 9:30, another time, third time. And then 15 minutes away from 10, 9:45, and then 10 o'clock. So do you have fourth time here? So that's what I am telling you. At 9 o'clock, if you count it in between 8 to 9, 1 time will be short between 9 to 10. If you count it in between 9 to 10, 1 time will be short in between 8 to 9. So ideally speaking, between 2 to 3, 1 time missing, and between 8 to 9, another time missing. 2 times in 12 hours. So you can form right angle for 2 times in every hour, but in 12 hours you can form it for only 22 times. Missing time is 2 to 3 and then 8 to 9. And 2 to 3 is given in our time. 2 to 3 is counted here. 8 to 9 is also counted here. So those 2 times missing comes in our case only, right? So if it is 2 o'clock and then 10 o'clock, how many hours gap we have? 8 hours. In 1 hour it will form for 2 times. In 8 hours it will form for 16 times. But 2 times missing case comes under our case only. So you need to subtract 2, answer 14. So quantity 2 is also 14. What is quantity 1? Amma? 19. 1 is more than 2. Quantity 1 is more than quantity 2. దీనిక xx by 11. త్రీ అవర్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ని షార్ట్కట్లో అంటే ఇంతకు మించి నేనేం చెప్పలేను. అది రియల్లీ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ, xx by 11 is the shortcut for clocks. That's what I am telling you. It's a 3 hours concept. To understand that concept, you need 3 hours. Takes time. But anyway, that will not come in bank exams. For SSC, you will have clocks. Fine. Quantity 1. Amma, the clocks chapter anedi 3 hours padtadi. ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థం అవ్వాలి అంటే 3 గంటలు. అది చిన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ కాదు, అది టేక్స్ టైం. వీలైతే టైం ఉంటే చూద్దాం దాని సంగతి. నెక్స్ట్ క్వాంటిటీ 1. See, with respect to that, I'll tell you basic points. Try to remember those points. So with respect to clocks, you'll have 3 positions. One is 0 degrees. 2 hands together, hours and minutes hand together, 0 degrees. This is called straight line together. Straight line together. In your clock, if the time is 12 o'clock, it forms straight line. Am I right? Yes or no? Both the hands form straight line. And if the time is 6 o'clock, at this point, at this time also both the hands form straight line. But these two are different. This is straight line together case. This is straight line but not together. In the sense 180 degrees gap. At 0 degrees and at 180 degrees both will form straight line. So the other one is straight line but not together. In the sense 180 degrees. The other one is right angle, 90 degrees. 0 degrees. In one particular hour, how many times will minutes hand meet hours hand? One time. So this case will come to picture for one time in every hour. In 12 hours, 11 times only. 11 times only. Missing time in between 11 to 1. In between 11 to 1. Missing time. At 12 o'clock both will meet each other, right? Yes or no? Right. If you count it between 11 to 12, one time missing in 12 to 1. If you count 12 o'clock at 12 to 1, one time will be missing in 11 to 12. So between 11 to 1, you have 2 hours time, but straight line together case comes only for one time. If you want to see that, look at here. Let's assume the time is 11 o'clock. Time is 11 o'clock. What is time now? Come on. 11:15. What are you trying for? Straight line together. Minutes hand should meet hours hand. 11:15. 11:30. 11:45. 12 o'clock. Both hands, hours hand and minutes hand, formed straight line but together case. Yes or no? First time. What is time now? 12 o'clock. Let's start. What is time? 12:15. 12:30. 12:45. 1. By the time, hours hand will be at this position and minutes hand will be here. So between 11 to 1, how many hours we have? 2 hours. But how many times did our minutes and అర్థమైంది కదా? How many times? Only one time. One time missing here at this place. And 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Wait a minute. Wait. What is time? 3. 3:15. 3:30. 3:45. Somewhere around here it will form 180 degrees. Yes or no? Not exactly at 3:45 but near about 3:45. Okay? Now it is 4. So in between 3 to 4 we have 1 hour gap, and in that 1 hour we have straight line but not together case for one time. So this case also will come for one time for every 1 hour. In 12 hours it will form 11 times only. Missing time between 5 to 7. Missing time between 5 to 7. Now the time is 5 o'clock. Okay? 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, both the hands will show position like this. We have 180 degrees gap for one time, and between 6 to 7 also. 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, this is our position. So in 2 hours gap, we have only one time. So missing time in between 5 to 7. So 90 degrees. In 1 hour, it will form for 2 times. Let's take an example. Wait a minute. Let me take 4 o'clock. Now the time is 4 o'clock. At 4:05, I think. At 4:05, near about 4:05, it forms right angle for the first time. 4:15, 4:20, 4:30, 4:35. At near about 4:35, not exactly at 4:35, but near about 4:35, it will form for the second time. This is for the first time, this is second time. Okay? 4:45, 5 o'clock. In 1 hour, it will form for 2 times. So in 1 hour, it will form for 2 times. In 12 hours, it will form for only 22 times. Missing time, we have discussed already, 2 to 3 and then 8 to 9. 2 to 3 and then 8 to 9. Easy to remember basically. 0 degrees, best example. Best example, 12 o'clock, 11 to 1. 180 degrees, 6 o'clock, 5 to 7. Right angle, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Easy to remember. ఓకే రైట్. ఇప్పుడు ఆడపిల్లల్లో కొంతమందిని అడుగుతానమ్మా స్పెషల్గా. అమ్మా నీ దగ్గర నుంచి ముందమ్మాయికి టచ్ చేయి ఒకసారి. నువ్వే హైమా ముందమ్మాయిని టచ్ చేయి. నీ ముందమ్మాయిని టచ్ చేయమ్మా ఇప్పుడు. హైమా నీ ముందు బెంచి, నీ ముందు బెంచి. బ్లూ డ్రెస్ ఎందుకు వచ్చారో తెలియట్లేదమ్మా. వరుస నిజంగా మీ వరుస. ధైర్యం ఉందా? నేను అడుగుతా, నేను అడిగిన దానిలోనే అడుగుతా. చెప్పే ధైర్యం ఎవరికన్నా ఉందా? 700 మంది 800 మంది ఉన్నారు. సిగ్గుచేటు తల్లి. ఇంతమందిలో పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తున్నా. జనరల్గా నేను ఒక మనిషిని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేయను. వరుస అట్లనే తయారయ్యారు. మీరు నాశనం అవటం కాకుండా పక్కన వాళ్ళు కూడా నాశనం చేస్తున్నారు. If you are not interested, you can leave. You don't have any right to spoil others' life. It's their career. Maybe you don't worry about your career. How many of you have followed our result, RRB? How many of you followed our RRB result? How many of you know our result? Total CC or Hyderabad CC, whatever it is. How many of you know our result? Not even 20% of the class knows. How many POs from Hyderabad? That is overall CC. You are talking about overall CC. 1 or 2 from Hyderabad. 1 or 2 from Hyderabad. And clerk 101. 101 assistants, 102 only from Hyderabad branch. So total 203 people. And in the same day we have NIACL AO result. Out of 15 from total CCE, 3 members are from Hyderabad. So in a single day 205 people got selected. Please, you are not in that. If you are like that, you can never see your name in final result. And for your kind information, we have complete calculation. Overall CC I am talking about, not only Hyderabad branch. Overall CC wise, we have 52.5% of selections from Andhra Pradesh. Total number of vacancies allotted for AP. Out of those vacancies, we got 52.5%. More than 50% are from CC. నేను చెప్పింది అర్థమైందా? ఏపీ స్టేట్కి అలాట్ అయిన పోస్టులో 52.5% ఆక్యుపైడ్ బై CCE people from Andhra Pradesh. And from Telangana 31%. And you know, major people are from Hyderabad out of 31%, because we are in Hyderabad, right? So majority are from Hyderabad, and for Telangana it is 31%, and from Karnataka we have occupied 12%. మీకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు ఏమి బయట సిచ్యువేషన్. ఏపీ తెలంగాణ కలిపి మొత్తం ఎన్ని వేకెన్సీస్ అండి? మొత్తం ఎన్ని వేకెన్సీస్? పిఓ స్కేల్ 1 near about 650. Out of 650, 335 are from CC, more than 50%. ఇట్లా గనక ఉంటే చప్పట్లు కొట్టే బ్యాచ్లోనే ఉంటారు తప్ప చప్పట్లు కొట్టించుకునే బ్యాచ్లో మాత్రం ఉండరు. ఏమండి నిజంగా చెప్తున్నా, నాకు అవసరమండి ఇందాక అది చెప్పటం. పాప అమ్మాయి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ కొద్దీ అడిగింది, ఎవరో ఒక అమ్మాయి. నువ్వేనమ్మా అడిగింది? ఎవరో అమ్మాయి అడిగింది, ఎలాగూ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి దాని గురించి కొంచెం చెప్దామని చెప్పాను. పక్కన ముచ్చట్లు చెప్పుకుంటా ఉన్నారు. ఆడవాళ్ళని తిట్టేది ఇందుకే నేను. నాకు కోపం ఏమి కాదు. ఆడవాళ్ళంటే ఎవరు కోపం ఉంటుంది? అట్లా ఏమి ఉండదు. మగవాళ్ళంటే కోపం, ఆడవాళ్ళంటే కోపం అట్లా ఉండదు. మీరు చేసే పనులకు కోపం నాకు, మీరంటే కోపం కాదు. Come on. A boat covers a certain distance downstream in 1 hour while it comes back in 1.5 hours. Okay. Boat takes 1 hour in downstream and in upstream 1.5 hours. So time ratio in downstream and then in upstream is 2:3, correct? Speed ratio must be 3:2. Downstream in the sense m plus s, upstream m minus s. What is difference here? One part. If it is 3 parts and then 2 parts, difference is 1 part. M plus s and m minus s. What is difference? 2s. Stream speed is given as 3 km/h. 2s becomes 6. So if it is 6, this becomes 12 and this becomes, one part is 6, right? This is 18, right? What is your question? Find the speed of the boat in still water. This is m. ఇంత అవసరం లేదనుకుంటా. Wait a minute. This is downstream. Let it be like this. This is 3 parts and then 2 parts. Upstream. If you have downstream and upstream, how do you calculate man speed? Downstream plus upstream by 2, which is 5/2 parts. And if you have downstream and upstream, how do you calculate stream speed? Downstream minus upstream by 2. S is equal to half part, which is equal to 3. 5/2, which is 2.5, or 5 times of this number. This is equal to 15. Man speed is 15 km/h. Need not to calculate individual values also. Quantity 2. In 4 numbers, the average of the first 3 is 15 and that of last 3 is 16. If the last number is 19, find the first number. Equality concept. First 3, 1, 2, 3. Out of how many numbers? 4 numbers. Last 3 in the sense second number, third number, fourth number. Their average is given as, average of first 3 numbers is given as 15. Last 3 is given as 16. Okay. Find the first number. You asked about first number. Last number is 19. Okay. So in both the equations you have second number and then third number common. What is difference here? First number and fourth number. Average is more when you have fourth number. When you have fourth number, average is 16, but when you have first number, average is 15. So fourth number is definitely more than first number, right? So in the reverse way I can say first number is less than fourth number. How much is fourth number given in the question? 19. So first number is definitely less than 19. When you have first number, average is how much less than the previous case? 1 less. For how many numbers? 3 numbers. So that will be 3 less. Average is 1 less. For 3 numbers, should be 3 less. 19 minus 3, 16 answer. How much is our man speed in first case? 15. And here first number is 16. Quantity 2 is more than quantity 1. There are 35 students in a hostel. If the number of students increased by 7, the expenses of the mess were increased by 42 per day, while the average expenditure per head diminished by 1. Find the original expenditure. So initially we have 35 people, their average is X, and the total expenditure becomes 35X. Am I right? Number of persons increased by 7. Now you have 42 people. Average decreases, diminishes. Average expenditure per head diminishes by 1. In the sense it becomes X minus 1. So that will be equal to 42X minus 42. This is previous expenditure and this is present expenditure. And you have change in expenditure also. The expenses of the mess were increased by 42. Previous expenditure was 32X. It increases by how many rupees? 42. And that will be equal to 42X minus 42, right? Take this negative 42 to left hand side, that becomes positive number. 42, 84. 35 goes to right hand side, becomes minus. 42 minus 35, 7X. So 7X is equal to 84. What is your question? Wait. What is your question? Find the original expenditure. Original expenditure is 35X. From this, let me calculate 35X here. 7 12 times is 84. 35 12 times. 35 10 times is 350. 35 2 times is 70. Total 420. So quantity 1 is 420. Next, quantity 2. The compound interest on 2000 rupees for 2 years at 10%. If it is 10% per annum, for 2 years that will be 21%. 21% of what? 2000. 10%, 20%, 1%, total 420. Quantity 2 is 420. 420. 1 and 2 both are same. Quantity 1 is equal to quantity 2. Come on, 61 to 65. No? 61. అడిగింది ఎవరు? మీరేనా? వే చెప్తున్నానమ్మా అంతే. నిన్ను పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాను అనుకో. 4.5 how many times? 4 times. క్లియర్గా అది ఈజీగా ఉంది మనకి. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కూడా ఉంది కదా, ఎంత? 1.5 times. ఇది 1.5, ఇది 4. Difference 2.5. Next number will be either 2.5 times or 3.5 times, more than 4. Okay, let's see this. 18 7 times, 20 times. And నువ్వు నవ్వద్దు, నవ్వితే నీకు రాదు, నీ సిగ్గు నువ్వు. You need to calculate 18 7 times, right? Let's treat this number as 20. 27s. This is 2 times less than 20. So in the sense you need to subtract 7 2s. 14 from 140 will be 126. Apart from 126, you have 9 more. In the sense half of this. How many times is this? 7.5. అయిపోయింది అనుకుంటా. 2.5 more, 3.5 more, 4.5 more will be 12 times. 12 times of this number. Right, any other question?